and honor them for those awards when they come up here to receive their diplomas. I also want to make a note of a few of the notations in the program beside each student's names. First of all, you'll see that there's a notation for the DNA Arts program. The DNA program allows talented and committed art students to concentrate their studies in the arts while also completing the requirements for the Ontario Secondary School Diploma. Students must take a minimum of 2 arts credits per year in order to obtain the DNA Arts certificate. Programs are professionally oriented and academically rigorous. An Ontario Scholar has earned an average of 80% or better in 6 grade 12 credits. The students who have achieved this goal have been noted in this evening's program. A Gold Medallion Scholar must achieve an average of 85% or better in a minimum of 12 grade 11 and 12 credits. Silver Medallion must achieve an average of 80% or better in a minimum of 12 grade 11 and 12 credits. An honors student has earned an average of 80% or better in their courses taken in their graduating year. A business certificate is given to a student who has completed 5 business credits over their high school education. Technology certificates are awarded to those students who have completed a minimum of 6 technology credits over the course of their high school career. And we also have the Specialist High Skills Major, a Ministry of Education approved specialized program allowing students to concentrate their education on a specific section while meeting the requirements for their high school diploma. At Secord Secondary School, we have a Specialist High Skills Major offered in both arts and culture and in construction. Again, a reminder that our Light Touch photographers will be here taking photographs, but parents, we do welcome you to come up to the front and take a photograph as well. Presenting our first group of diplomas will be our principal, Mrs. Karen Simpson. And we start with Khadija Al-Farazi. Next year, Khadija will be working and traveling, and she would like to thank her little sister for never failing to make her smile. Isara Al-Jamali is planning to study at Brock University and become a professional soccer player. We'll see him in the World Cup one day. He would like to thank his parents for their love and support, and he says his not-so-special memory of his short time here at Secord is when he couldn't play on the soccer team because of the transfer rule. I've been told I missed Aaron Alderson and I don't have his card, so that's what the problem is. Aaron Alderson was our first graduate. Aaron? Next we have Momo Ando going to York University next year. She would like to thank everyone who's been a part of her life, and she would like to wish everyone the best and say that she loves you all. She loves, am I supposed to say that last part? Especially me. Next is Evan Ansell. Evan also won the Computer Science Grade 12 University Academic Award. He'll be going to McMaster University next year for engineering. He'd like to thank his parents and all of his friends for a fantastic 4 years, and he will always remember Einstein and the Torah, and also being there. Quinn Baker will be attending Brock University studying music for the next 4 years. He'd like to thank his peers, teachers, and most importantly his grandparents. Quinn will always cherish the times he shared with everyone in the music department. Alyssa Barrett will be attending Niagara College for early childhood education. She would like to thank her sisters, her mother and father, and Brixton Bangs for all their help through the years. Lila Beta-Walsh is going to the University of Toronto next year for math and philosophy, where she will most likely sleep even less than she does now. She'd like to thank her mom for birthing her, as well as Saul, Dominic, her family, Coffee, Catherine Teichman, and all of her buds. Lila will always remember Evan Ansell 2012. Emily Beattie will be attending Brock University for a Bachelor of Kinesiology. She would like to thank all of her family and friends for the support and encouragement, and also the amazing teachers that instilled so many values that she will treasure well after post-secondary school. Michelle Beniak is a member of the Visual Arts Honor Society. She's receiving that award tonight. She'll be attending Mohawk College next year. She'd like to thank her friends and family for their support. Anindya Biswas, he of the perfect attendance in 4 years here at Laura Secord. Will be attending the University of Toronto for electrical engineering. He'd like to thank his multicultural group of friends for allowing him to be the brown guy. gap year to experience the world. She'd like to thank her family, friends, and teachers who worked with her to get her to this day. Adele Breeze, also a Visual Arts Honors Society member, is planning on going to Ryerson next year for fashion communications. She'd like to thank her family and especially mom and dad for always supporting her. And her special memory at Secord is coming to school every day for 4 years and being with all of her friends. Next is Matthew Burling. Matt is planning to attend Niagara College as or in the welding technician program. He'd like to thank his mom, dad, grandparents, and all of his friends at Secord. Ryan Burse is planning on returning for a semester and then pursuing either an apprenticeship in construction or a future in film. He'd like to thank his family and friends for their confidence in him, and his special memory is spending time with his friends at lunch. Christina Buck plans on working abroad. She'd like to thank family for making her work and her friends for being supportive. And her favorite memory is happening right now, she says, graduation. Jennifer Butts will be attending the University of Guelph studying child, youth, and family. She would like to thank her teachers for putting up with her millions and millions and millions of questions over the years. Next is Jessica Campbell. Jessica will be attending Mohawk College for pre-justice. She would like to thank all the staff at Secord, especially Mrs. Clark. Malik Campbell is planning on returning for a semester and then attending University for Computer Science. He'd like to thank his friends, family, and teachers for caring for him and supporting him. Nara Chapu is going on an incredible journey back to high school. She'd like to thank her family and friends for their love and support and the wonderful Secord staff as well. Kim Chung also being honored tonight as a Visual Arts Honors Society member. She plans to be going somewhere next year, but still a little decided or undecided as to where that would be. She says there's many people she'd like to thank, and they all know who they are. Here's to 4 years at Secord. She says, P.S. Can she keep the card? There you go. Justin Clement is the recipient of the Academic Award for English, Writer's Craft, Grade 12 University. He's going to be single next year, ladies. He'd like to thank God, also Evan Ansel, 2012, and his favorite memory was when turtles were fast. It's Evan Ansel? Ansel. All right. Evan, you got to tell me these things. And we got the first hashtag on one of these tonight. It says, hashtag stop at nothing. Next, we have Kayla Cooper. She'll be planning on attending Brock University next year for sociology. She'd like to thank family and friends for supporting her. James Cooper is returning to he says thanks to the track and field coaches for their time and dedication, also to his parents for their support. His favorite memories are track and field and hanging out with his friends. Hudson Corby, attending Niagara College for renovations technician. Thanks go to Patrick, Alex, Kyle, and he says, I guess, Brian, for being great friends. Also, all of the grade 12 students, special memories, meeting such great friends, amazing people, and his beautiful girlfriend. Shamar Cousin Sutton is planning to go to college next year. He'd like to thank the universe for allowing him to go fast. Shamar's special memory was all the adventures he had with his friends. KT Crew is attending Niagara College for General Arts. She would like to thank all of her friends and family for being there for her. Abigail Cryer and January to begin her Bachelor of Science in Nursing at Georgian College in collaboration with York University. She thanks Mom, Dad, David, and Stephanie, her younger sister, Emily, and the entire faculty and student body for supporting her throughout her high school career. Wait, you wrote a long card, you can stay there. Also, her favorite memories from Secord include Cow Olympics, Christmas, spring concerts, music trips to South Carolina, Quebec, and England. Next, we have Gabe Cusack, and he says next year he'll be a long way from here. He wants to thank the faculty for being so supportive and understanding, especially Mr. Coles for keeping him on the right track. And once again, he's saying today is his best memory at Secord. Erica DeMore would like to thank her family and the staff and students at Secord. She'll be attending Western in the fall and she'll be studying music. Erica's special memory was when she yelled a word right as I was walking into grade 9 business, and I thought she swore. I'm sure she did. You did, didn't you? She says she didn't. Jesse Day is next. He'll be attending Brock University this September for business. Jesse would like to thank all of his friends and family for their love and support over the last 4 years. The time he spent here with his friends and teachers will be remembered very fondly. Michael DeMars will be making a glorious return to Secord for a semester. He wants to thank everyone for accepting him so late through high school and allowing him to make the best of his final year. Also his family for pushing him to do his best, and his special memory is taking the plunge into acting and singing and dancing in Oklahoma. Mitchell DeMars will be taking a year off. He'd like to thank all of the staff for their support and the memories they have brought to him, as well as all of the students. And a shout out to Mr. West, who's at the back running the live stream tonight. His best memory is all of the friends who stuck with him through high school. Ken Dixon wants to thank Mitchell Ings for always being there by his side. Ken will be doing online courses with Cisco Systems. Ken's special memory of all time is how he got his first job through his co-op at PC Warehouses. Erica Domelstein thanks her entire family for the support they gave her throughout high school. She'll be attending Brock for Child and Youth Studies and studying to be a primary teacher someday. And every memory she made with her friends will be cherished. Tiana Dominic would like to thank her mother and her family who continue to inspire her every day. She'll begin her journey of becoming a lawyer by attending Brock and completing an undergraduate degree in sociology. Jillian Dubois would like to thank her friends and family for all the support, and she says she plans to study Buddhism in Tibet in the future. Jess Dugay is honored with 2 academic awards tonight, Tourism and Travel Planning, grade 11 college, and also a member of the Visual Arts Honor Society. She'd like to thank her parents, siblings, and her favorite teachers, Mr. P, Mrs. Pollock, Mr. Yap, and Shabi. She'll be working full-time at her current job before becoming famous, and she says, obviously. And special memory is just too hard to choose one. Right, Jess? Natasha Easton thanks her family and all of her friends for pushing her through high school. She'll be attending Niagara College next year in their social work program. Mishka Edwards would like to congratulate all of the grads for making it this far and thank her family and friends for pushing her to strive for excellence, especially Shadeen Kelly. Next year she'll be attending Niagara College in the Police Foundations program. Evelyn Ferreira, winner of 2 academic awards, English, grade 12 college, and also the Visual Arts Honor Society tonight. Evelyn would like to thank all the wonderful, beautiful teachers from the 4 years here, especially Mr. Yap and Mr. Balsam for their positive support. I don't know if I'm beautiful there, Evelyn, that's a little too far. As well as her gorgeous parents, Evelyn will be going to Mohawk College for pre-health sciences, then to chiropractic college. Chantel Filiatro is next. She'd like to thank her friends and family for being so supportive, and thanks her teachers for their encouragement. She'll be attending Niagara College for the PSW program and looking forward to starting a new chapter in her life. Joel Foisey Franklin would like to thank his friends and family for their support. He'll be taking a year off to work and gain experience and, of course, save up money for college. Amber Forshner, another Visual Arts Honors Society achiever. She would like to thank her mother and brother for being such a good family and supporting her throughout high school. Amber will be attending Niagara College for Police Foundations and one day be a member of the RCMP. Christopher Fralick will be attending McMaster for Political Science. He'd like to thank his parents, friends, and teachers for continually pushing him in the right direction. He'll always remember when he convinced his world history class to watch Disney's Mulan in order to study its historical inaccuracy. He should become a lawyer. Jonathan Fralick will be attending Mohawk College for Electrical Engineering and Technology. He'd like to thank all of his teachers and friends. A special thanks to Mrs. Wilkins, Ms. Pollock, and Mr. Mandel. Megan Friesen is taking home 3 academic awards tonight: Visual Arts, Grade 12, University College, Visual Arts Portfolio Award, Grade 12, and also the Visual Arts Honors Society. She'd like to thank her close friends that got her through high school. She wouldn't have survived without them, as well as all the amazing teachers at Secord. She'll be attending Brock for Public Health next year. Michael Garnett says, someone once told me that you can do it, and then there was a couple that told me I couldn't do it. So for the people who told me, this is Michael's words here, he thanks you for your support. For the people who told him he'd fail, he's proved you guys wrong. Rebecca Govan, recipient of the Dance Award of Merit, and we have a special presentation for Rebecca tonight as her mom, Mrs. Tracy Thorpe, will be coming up to present her diploma. Woo! Becca is attending Brock University next year to study psychology. She'd like to thank every teacher she's had for putting up with her throughout her time here, and also her friends and family for their love and support. Next, Lyle Gator, recipient of the Environment and Resource Management Grade 12 University College Academic Award. He thanks his mom, dad, Nona, Papa, and Grandma for raising him the right way. He also thanks all of the Secord staff for making his time here memorable. Lyle will be attending Brock in the fall for concurrent education because the chances of getting a job as a teacher are so high. He'll miss all of the great times shared with friends in the class, on the court, behind the music stand. He loves you all, and he says a special shout out, hi, Mom. Brooke Gillen will be taking a victory lap. She'd like to thank all of her family and her boyfriend and her teachers and those who supported her. Special memory she'd like to share is the trip to Anime North with her club members, and also meeting her boyfriend was a plus for her. Samantha Gray would like to thank her parents for their support and also the Secord staff of a great 4 years. Sam will be attending Brock University studying kinesiology. Now, Jesse Greer, he says, someone once told Jesse, if you don't build your own dreams, someone else will hire you to help build theirs. So that's what he's going to do, and he could not have done it without the help of all the teachers he has had. He'd like to thank Mrs. Wilkins, Mrs. Janke, Mr. Mandel, Mrs. Smith, and lastly, his principal, Mrs. Simpson. Dylan Hagedorn would like to thank his family, friends, and teachers for all of their support and encouragement throughout the years. He's taken the year off to work, save up money, and gain more experience in the real world. Najmal Hassan would like to thank her friends and family for always being there for her, and all the wonderful teachers for putting up with her all of these years. She will be attending Brock for Child and Youth Studies. Alex Hastings would like to thank his friends, Patrick, Kyle, and Brian, and Hudson, also his family, and more for giving him the strength to carry on. After graduating, he'll work for a year, then go to Niagara College for Police Foundations. Favorite memory is starting the games tray with Hudson and Patrick. There we go. Crystal Hyman is going to Niagara College in the fall for the social work program. And would like to thank her family and friends for always being there for her. Madison Hendricks thanks her mom and dad for always believing in her and supporting her. Next year she'll be studying rec and leisure and then ecotourism. Autumn Hyde is next, and she has earned this year the Science Award of Merit. I just want to explain what that award is. Mrs. Wilkins, our head of science, told me today that this award is not always given out. In order to achieve this award, you have to achieve an average of 95% or higher in all 3 senior sciences, and Autumn achieved that this year, which is amazing. And we do have 4 other people in the school that also earned that achievement, an amazing accomplishment. Autumn is planning on going to Brock for honors biology. She'd like to thank Mr. McDonald for being the best physics teacher at Secord. I think he's the only one. And her family and boyfriend for being so supportive. Natasha Hill is next. She'll be doing a hairstyling apprenticeship next year. She thanks Mom and Dad for supporting her dreams and her papa for always being there for her. And shout out to her Grammy because she knows she's watching. Your granddaughter loves you. Danielle Coleman is attending York for criminology. She'd like to thank her mother, godparents, and Elaine for helping her achieve her goals. Danielle's special memory at Secord was meeting Zoe and Christina, friends to guide her through life.
Woo!
Tony Lynn Hopkins is taking a year off before attending post-secondary studies. She'd like to thank her parents for supporting her in everything she has done. Patrick Humphreys is going to Georgian College in Barrie for the OTA PTA program. He thanks his best friends Kyle, Alex, Hudson, Brian, and his family. Couldn't have done it without you all. Jim Hun is attending Cambrian College next year for medical laboratory technology. He'd like to thank all of his teachers for their support. Mitchell Ings plans on coming back next year and going into a career eventually in the trades. He'd like to thank his parents for being by his side the whole way, and thank you to Mrs. Clark for all of the help. And his best memory at Secord is meeting his first friend at Secord, Ken Dixon. And he says here, P.S. Mitchell Ings loves his mom. Darian Irwin will be taking a year off to save money to go to college in Toronto for film studies. He'd like to thank every teacher who passed him throughout his high school career. His fondest memory of high school will be today because he never has to come back, he says. Justin James will be kicking it with B. Willie and Mr. Balsam next school year. He would like to thank Hudson Corby for his success. He'll always remember Secord's admirable water fountains and hallways. He will then become B. Willie's successor. B. Willie is Mr. Williamson, by the way. Sarah Jones has earned a academic award for nutrition and health, grade 12 university. She'll be studying international studies and modern languages at University of Ottawa next year. She thanks her family for their continuous love and support. Victoria Kahari is going to the University of Waterloo for urban planning. She'd like to thank her family for their never-ending love and support. Laura Cabell, also known as Casey, is going to Guelph University. She'd like to thank her family for everything that they have done for her. Scott Keel is next, and Scott says he will still be at home next year. Next, we have Shadeen Kelly, and Shadeen won the academic award for nutrition and health, grade 12 college. She wants to thank her family and friends for all their support, and also the teachers for all of their hard work. She's taking a year off to work, and then going to college for Police Foundations in Nepal. Hannah Kinnear says where she plans to be next year is working and saving up toward an education, and she would like to thank her teachers, her friends, and family. Mark Clausen would like to thank his friends and family for always being there for him. He's headed off to Brock to study business communications for 4 years, then maybe go for a master's degree. He doesn't know. Fond memory he has is dislocating his knee in front of an all-female grade 9 dance class. And he says, hey Janky, you can add him on Facebook now. Alan Katarski next year will be churning the butter during his gap year. He'd like to thank Mr. McDonald for some really neat World of Warcraft conversations, and a special memory is falling up the stairs. Corey Krakowski plans to go to Brock for Earth Sciences. He'd like to thank his parents, sister, friends, and Emily for making this year the best year ever. Special memory is playing cello in front of the art room where he met his girlfriend Emily. Larry Lamb will be studying kinesiology at Brock in September. He thanks his arms for always being by his side, his legs for supporting him, and his fingers because he can always count on them. I'm Kaboom Fussell. She will still finish one semester and maybe find a job, and then study in university to become either a therapist or a psychiatric nurse. She'd like to thank her mother Rose and her stepfather Richard for their care and their love of her graduating high school. Joel Lepchinsky, and Joel is a recipient of 2 academic awards tonight. The grade 12 music theater, university and college, and also instrumental music, grade 12 band, university and college. Joel will be attending Humber next year for a 1-year introductory to commercial jazz program on drums, followed by a 4-year Bachelor of Music on percussion. He'd like to thank his friends and family for always sticking by him in his crazy decisions. And special thanks to Mrs. Thorpe and her hairstylist for putting him through the agony of getting a perm for Oklahoma. Matthew Lightfoot plans to work next year, then go to Niagara College for construction the year after. He'd like to thank his mom for putting up with him and his brothers in school for the past 30 years. His special memory at Secord is making some awesome friends. And Chris Laurie is going to Brock University in the Bachelor of Music program. He'd like to thank all of his music teachers for helping him along the way. His favorite memories at Secord are performing in the 2 musicals during his time here. And at this time, I'd like to dismiss Mrs. Simpson and welcome to the stage Mrs. Sharon Burns, our Vice Principal.
Simpson and Burns.
And I do want to mention that Mrs. Burns will be moving on from Laura Secord next year to be principal at South Lincoln Secondary School in Smithville. Staff and students would like to wish her all the best. And we'll begin this next round with Lucas Marsala. Lucas will be working at his family business, Niagara Kayak Rentals, for the next year, and the following year attending Vancouver Tourism College. And I should also mention that Lucas was the recipient of the Communications, Digital Imagery, and Web Design Grade 12 Open Academic Award tonight. Emma Mason will be attending Niagara College this fall for journalism. She thanks her grandparents, parents, and her sister for all the support over the years, and would like to say hi to all of her friends. And she says, thank God we made it through high school. Tyreek Madison in September will be following Rihanna around the world. He'd like to thank his mother, Beyonce, and his family. And he would like to say he had a great time with his, now you say here, Tyreek, friend. Yeah. He only had one. Sarah Mott is next. She's attending McMaster for Arts and Science in September, and she thanks her mother, father, sister, and the awesome Secord staff. And Sarah won 3 awards: Biology, Grade 12 University, Challenge and Change in Society, Grade 12 University, and the Grade 12 University and College Environment and Resource Management. Congratulations, Sarah. Now, Michael McAllister is next, and he's going to have to stand there for a few moments. Michael is receiving 5 awards tonight. The first 4 of these awards are from the school. So he had the academic award in Grade 12 University English, Grade 12 University German, Grade 12 University College Technological Design, and Grade 12 University World History, the West and the World. On top of that, we found out today that Michael McAllister is the recipient of the A.R. Petrie Memorial History Award to the top history student in the entire District School Board of Niagara. For that last award, the check is in the mail. Michael likes to quote Dante Alighieri and say, "Remember tonight, for it is the beginning of forever." He thanks his teachers and peers for the lessons they have taught him and the memories they gave him. Best of luck and Godspeed. Congratulations. Ellie McGowan, also a recipient of an academic award, Grade 12 College Math. She'll be attending Niagara College for Business Administration and Marketing. She'd like to thank family and friends and Mr. Balsam. You're welcome, Ellen. Jade McKee will be at Niagara College for her 2nd year in the Child and Youth Working Program. She'd like to thank the amazing staff at Secord. Kyle Monich will be going off to Brock to study psychology with the goal of earning his PhD. He thanks his family for always being there for him. After his undergrad studies, he'll do some traveling in Asia and Europe. His goal in life is to help others. Anastasia Moses will be attending NAGRA in September, studying graphic design. She'd like to thank her friends, family, and Mr. West and Mr. Balsam. You're welcome. Gina Naniakara is going to be at the center of the stage for a few moments as well. 5 awards tonight, okay, 5 of them. First of all, Canadian Chemistry Contest Olympiad, Co-op Certificate of Achievement, Euclid Math Contest, University of Toronto National Biology Competition Award, and remember that Science Award, the Science Award of Merit, 95% or higher in all 3 senior maths. Way to go, Joanna. She's attending Brock next year to study biology and hopes to become a genetic researcher someday. She'd like to thank her parents and teachers for helping her get this far. Marissa Naylor, also a Visual Arts Honors Society recipient in September. She'll be attending Sheridan College. She thanks her parents and the art department for supporting her. Sarah Joy Neufeld will be attending Brock University for the Bachelor of Medical Sciences program. She thanks her supportive teachers, mother, father, and brothers for continuously cheering her on. Above all, she thanks God for bringing her this far. Kyle Newkirchner, he's telling me to say this in the voice of Morgan Freeman or Christopher Walken, and I can do neither. But I'll do my best, Mike Balsam. We're here now. Kyle will be in Toronto doing a forensics course, stopping all the bad guys because he is super cool. That's as best as I can do. I'd like to invite another special diploma presenter tonight. Mrs. Tracy Newman will be presenting the next diploma to her daughter, Jill. Jill is attending Brock University for the Studio Art in the Visual Arts program. She thanks all of her family, her Secord family, the band The Killers, and a special thank you to her mom. And Jill also is an academic award recipient of the Visual Arts Honors Society. Now, Tybin Ewan didn't write anything on his party, but I'd like to remind you that in the yearbook, he was voted by his peers most likely to start a revolution, and the revolution starts now. Jenny Nokio will be going to Niagara College and will be studying to become an esthetician. Jenny wants to thank her family and friends for all of their support, love, and care, and special memories she had at Secord was at Cal Olympics in grade 9. And I just have to go back to Tybin before I move on because I forgot to mention that he won the academic award for computer science, grade 12 university. Joanne Nokio is next. She'll be attending Brock for sociology and will become a sociologist. She'd like to thank her family and friends. Favorite memory is also Cal Olympics in grade 9. Amy Nuansenzi, recipient of 3 awards tonight, Advanced Functions, grade 12 university, Mathematics of Data Management, grade 12 university, and again, Science Award of Merit, 95% or higher in those 3 senior sciences. Way to go, Amy. She's attending a master in the fall for life sciences. She thanks mom, dad, sister, and grandfather for support and dedication, and she'll remember most her amazing friends she made and the great time she had at deck-up competitions. Rachel Nowak will be attending McMaster in September for Humanities. She thanks her family and the beautiful staff at Loris Secord Secondary School for their support. Ali Parr is next. He'll be in college pursuing the career of a firefighter. He'd like to thank his mom and uncle, and his favorite memory is when the windstorm made the power go out. Jordan Partridge, also an academic award recipient tonight, computer programming, grade 12 college. And Jordan thanks his family and close friends for being there and supporting him. He plans to get involved in computers as a job, either repairing them or being a software developer. And he'll never forget all of the friends and memories he's made here at Secord. And he also mentioned the windstorm and the power going out. Jalen Pacheniak will be attending Niagara College next year for broadcasting. He'd like to thank his family and friends who got him here tonight. He doesn't remember much about his time at Secord, but it was probably awesome. Cassidy Pollard is coming back for second semester for chemistry and biology. She thanks her friends and family for supporting her. Ronnie Portillo Flores plans on taking a year off. After that, he'll go to college for computer software. He thanks his family and amazing staff for all the help and extra pushes. Chance Peru is planning on going to the Ontario College of Health and Technology this fall to attend the paramedic course. He thanks his parents, brothers, sister, and all of his friends for their support throughout high school. Caitlin Provencher will be taking the year off and then head off to Barrie for Police Foundations. Oh, sorry. We'll get back to that one. Yeah, we did drop one. We'll go out of sequence here. She'd like to thank Mr. Lafferty for making her feel like she shouldn't give up and to keep her head up. She'd also like to thank Mrs. Predovich because she made her very happy and was like a friend to her. And the same for Mr. Gill. They both helped her out a lot during the year. Now we'll go back to Megan Phillips. I just want to show you people something. This is what the card's supposed to look like. This is what Megan's looked like, and that's why it fell out of sequence. Megan will be studying at Queen's in September. She'd like to thank her friends and family for their influence in her life. Next, we have Celine Ranke. She'll be taking a year off to work. She'd like to thank her mother and father for their endless amount of patience and loving support. Alyssa Rastegar has 2 awards coming to her tonight for drama, Grade 12 University College, and also outstanding achievement in dance. Alyssa will be taking musical theater at St. Clair College in Windsor next year. She thanks her mom, dad, and brother for their unconditional love and support, and also wants to thank Ms. Clark, Madame Graham, and Ms. Thorpe. Emily Radkowski is also a member of the Visual Arts Honors Society. She's planning to head off to school for art and continue to create. She thanks her parents, Corey, and her good friends from Art Club for inspiring her. Favorite memory is staying after school for Art Club and being able to meet fantastic people like Corey who changed her life for the better. Cassandra Rienzo will be taking journalism at Niagara College in September. She thanks her parents, Mrs. Smith, Mrs. Thorpe, and everyone at Secord. It's been a lovely 4 years. Thank you all. Scott Robinson will be attending the DeGroote School of Business at McMaster next year. He thanks all of the amazing staff at Lower Secord, as well as his great friends and family for the best 4 years of his life. Brennan Root thanks his family and his brother Dylan. And you won't believe this, but Dylan Root thanks his family and his brother Brennan. Bailey Roy is next. She's planning on attending college for community and justice and pursue her dream of becoming a probation officer. She thanks her mother Michelle, her sister Mimi, and her nan Gloria, and also her boyfriend Justin. Most of all, she'd like to thank Mr. Gill and Ms. Jake for making this a great year. Billy Sadler is the recipient of 3 academic awards, Visual Arts Honors Society, Grade 12 Vocal Choral Music, University College, and also Communications Technology, Radio, Audio, and Sound Production, Grade 12 University College. He'll be attending Brock for the Bachelor of Music program this fall. He thanks his parents, sister, brother-in-law, nephew, and all of his teachers and friends for their support. Tiana Solomon will be attending Niagara College in the fall for a private security and investigation. She'd like to thank her friends and family for encouraging her to actually go to class. And unfortunately, her favorite memory is not appropriate to be said out loud. Mackenzie Sensky is going to Western in September. She'd like to thank her family and friends for their support. Mackenzie, I should say, is the recipient of the Families in Canada Grade 12 University Academic Award. Mimi Shen also winning 2 awards tonight, Visual Arts Honor Society, and also Visual Arts Grade 12 Drawing and Painting, University College. She's going to McMaster in September. She'd like to thank her mother, Julie, for her unconditional support and love, and she wants to tell all her classmates that she loves them and wishes them great success in the future. Cole Shannon will be attending Brock in September for Media and Communications. He'd like to thank his family and friends for getting him to where he is today. Janelle Siemens plans on taking a gap year. She'd like to thank her parents and Nana, who inspired her. Her favorite memory at Secord was the privilege of being in the past year's musical Oklahoma. Megan Singhumer will be attending Niagara College for a social work program. She'd like to thank her family for being so supportive, all of her teachers for pushing her to do that. Megan does not have a special Secord memory, just wants to get the heck out of high school, she says. Emily Slatter will be attending Cambrian College in September. She thanks her parents, grandparents, and brother for all of their love and support, and wishes her fellow classmates good luck in the future. Eric Smith is planning on doing an apprenticeship through Niagara College in woodworking and construction. He thanks his mother and father. Brooklyn Snodden will be attending Brock. She hopes to obtain her doctorate in child psychology. She'd like to thank her mother and her grandmother for their endless support and encouragement, her second family at Joe Fennes for prioritizing her education, and to all of her teachers, especially Mrs. Smith, Mrs. Rafferty, and Anne Graham, for their wisdom and support. Natalie St. Pierre will be attending Brock University in September for sociology. She thanks her family for their love and support. Cassandra Straub, the Academic Award recipient for Dance, Grade 12 University College. She's attending Vancouver Island University this upcoming year, Bachelor of Business program, and plans on continuing her work in dance, teaching, and choreography. She thanks her family for always being supportive and encouraging in everything she has done. Favorite Secord memory would be all the performances she has done with her talented peers. Amina Sultan eventually plans on attending the University of Toronto. She thanks her brothers, her mom and dad, and a special Secord memory was playing on the girls' basketball and volleyball team and also being part of the scorekeeping team. In Catherine Teichman's future, she aspires to live out her dreams of going on a journey to destroy the ring in the fiery pits of Mordor with her fellow hobbit, Lila. More immediately, though, she'll be attending George Brown College this fall to train as an actor. Big thank you to her parents, brother, sister, teachers, and friends for their love and encouragement. Hannah Termat won the Dance Grade 12 University and College Award. She's going to the University of Toronto for a joint program with Sheridan College in theater and drama. She'd like to thank her mom for driving her from Niagara Falls to Secord every day for the last 4 years. Wow. Emma Terrio will be attending Niagara College next year for occupational therapy and physiotherapy. She'd like to thank her mom, sister, and peers for all of their love and support throughout high school. Cody Thompson, come September, will be attending college at Niagara for construction engineering. He thanks his family, but most importantly his mom and dad, for without them he wouldn't be here today.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Jana Thompson is taking a year off to travel and decide what she wants to go to school for. She wants to thank her parents for supporting her in everything she decided to do and helping her get where she is today. Kella Treflick is going to the University of Ontario Institute of Technology in Oshawa for pharmaceutical chemistry. She thanks her family for all their support, and I would also like to thank all of her teachers for their encouragement and help along the way. And now, this next person is going to be up on the stage for a long time. So, Bill, you gotta stay up there for me, okay? This guy's getting 11 awards right now. You ready, Bill? Advanced Functions, Grade 12 University. Biology, Grade 12 University. Calculus and Vectors, Grade 12 University. Canadian Chemistry Contest Olympiad, Chem 13 News Exam Award. Chemistry, Grade 12 University. Mathematics and Data Management, Grade 12 University. Physics, Grade 12 University. World History, the West and the World, Grade 12 University. Science Award of Merit, of course. And, last but not least, we just found out today, the Roger Allen Mathematics Scholarship to the top mathematics student in the District School Board of Niagara. What could possibly be next? I don't know. Come September, Bill will begin studying physics at Brock. He plans to one day become a physics researcher and perhaps, if he is lucky, even a physics professor. Bill would like to thank his mom and his dad for raising him to be the individual that he is today. Way to go, Bill. Mindy Vector, recipient of the Families in Canada Grade 12 College Academic Award. She's going to Niagara for a 2-year culinary management program. She'd like to thank Mr. Balsam and Mrs. Lafferty for getting her excited about college and always pushing her to pay attention and to do her best work. Way to go, Mindy. Desiree Vermolen is going to Brock University this fall for accounting co-op program. She'd like to thank her parents and all of her teachers. Her favorite memory is graduating with her friends. Helen Wong, also a recipient of that Science Award of Merit, 95% or higher in all 3 senior math courses, an amazing accomplishment. Helen going to post-secondary. She wants to go into the medical field. She'd like to thank Mrs. Wilkins for all the help she provided to her, and she will always remember the fun times in her chemistry class. Caitlin Wharton plans on continuing education in the healthcare field. She thanks her mother, father, and stepfather for their support, and also Mrs. Lafferty and Ms. Predovich for their encouragement. Chelsea Whitacombe will be taking psychology at Brock University in September. She'd like to thank her parents, sister, both Coopers, and her grandpa and grandmother. She loves you all. Sarah Wilson winning 2 academic awards tonight, Core French, Grade 12 University, and also Visual Arts Honor Society. She plans to travel Europe next year and around the Baltic, making independent films. She'd like to thank her wonderful teachers, Ms. Ware, Mr. Simpson, Mr. West, and Mr. Azaparty, and all the students who helped make the film festival possible this year. Her favorite memory is competing with a team of great, amazing students in November's ESPN Frames competition. Nicholas Wojciechowski is next. He wants to use his creativity in graphic design to the fullest at Niagara College as he tries to become an artist. He thanks everybody for being there for him, his dad, who you are, and lastly, his family for being awesome. And finally, Zoe Yakubu, and she'd like to thank her mom and dad and brother and sister. And ladies and gentlemen, so one big round of applause. Now on to some final presentations. First off, the Laura Secord Medal is our most prestigious award. It's presented to a student who has achieved excellent academic results, has demonstrated outstanding leadership in his school, and must have been significantly involved in athletics, the music program, dramatic productions, and co-curricular activities. Please note that this award is not necessarily presented every year. It's only awarded to recognize our most exceptional graduates. Here to introduce this year's recipient, we have a pair of teachers